live now. Hello, and welcome to Asia Now, where I mostly bring you news from the Philippines, Thailand, and sometimes other parts of Asia, specifically Southeast Asia. Usually we do these lives on Monday morning, but now it's Sunday morning because tomorrow at this time it's the Super Bowl. I don't know how many people actually from my channel watch the Super Bowl, but I figured, hey, why, not give people the option to watch both Asia Now and the Super Bowl? Let's say some hellos as people roll in, and we'll kind of talk about what happened in the Philippines, mainly in the past weekend. Not weekend, the past week is what I'm trying to say. Lots of people getting arrested, specifically foreigners. So we'll talk about that. And whatever else is making the news, of course, the tourism stuff. Secretary of Tourism Cristina Frasco still facing backlash for promoting herself rather than the Philippines, and just much more we'll get into. First, we'll start with some hellos. Let's talk about Rob here. Hey, from Scotland. Hello, Rob. How you doing? How's Scotland weather right now? Speaking of weather, we have DG Goth says, hi, I'm from Korea. Hi from Korea. Alex News from Korea. It's cold as hell here. Minus 50, windy. How's the Philippines now? Whoa, that is cold. Reminds me of Canada right now. I think they're facing a very cold wave of weather. Right now in Cebu is 30 degrees Celsius. Above zero, not below zero. And so things are good. I'm just finishing up something here on my phone regarding this YouTube setup. A lot of times, if you don't set this up properly, the right people don't get to see it, and then your views are low and all the stuff. I just had to change something last minute, so I figured I can do this while speaking to you guys. It shouldn't take long, and it didn't. It's done. So, hello, sir, says Levy Miller. Hello, how are you? Wow, wagwan, Alex. Not much, man. How are you, big man? What's up, Alex? Thanks again for help with my YouTube problem. Oh, no problem. That's you. Okay, great. Yeah, YouTube can be iffy sometimes, depending on where you created the channel, where you're living at now, where you're trying to monetize it, where are you uploading things now. So it does have a lot of little quirks, I guess you can say, but I'm glad I was able to help. Hey, from LA. Hello, hello, hello. It's -5 just now, but feels like -8. So 3 more weeks and I'll be in the Philippines. Amazing, Rob. Where are you going in the Philippines? Why are you coming specifically? Are you here to see a lady? Are you here for the beaches? Are you here for cost of living? Are you here for just travel? Let us know. And I hope you have a wonderful time in the Philippines, as many of us do, which is amazing. Awesome. Alex, are you using an expat couple situation for money? Please be more specific. I'm not using anybody for money except for myself and my time. That's the question, though. What's happening with pro-life? He getting deported or not? Most likely, yes. I would have to pretty much say 99% sure he's going to be deported. It's a matter of time, like when is he going to be deported? Right now, he is just at the holding facility. They're waiting on his local cases in Dumaguete to be resolved before they can deport him. And those cases to be brought to court or dismissed can take a long time. And that is based on the content of his devices. Although the legality of that is in question for me personally, because that search warrant came from a complaint from a woman, but she removed her complaint. So does the search warrant also get dismissed? I'm not really sure. I'm not a lawyer. Her lawyer said the case is complicated. And when your lawyer said that publicly in the Philippines, you're screwed, my guy. You're done, son. How are you? I'm great. I'm wonderful. Actually, one of the things I love about Thailand specifically, Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and India, to be fair, is the ample amount of fruits you can find on the street anywhere you go. Like fruit vendors are everywhere, which I love. And if you're not looking to go buy fruit wholesale and peel and juice and all that, you can pick up like a full bottle of freshly squeezed orange juice for like 33 cents, Whoa, that's tangy. Delicious. None of that sugar or nothing. Just real orange juice. Good morning, dude. Jimbo. Good morning. Also, a lot of people from LA right now. That's a cool picture, man. So what, a biker gang? Nice little get up over there. I like it. Good morning from Angela City. How was Angela City? I've never been to Angela's, I don't even know if I want to go, to be honest. Like, I guess it's not fair because if people think they don't want to come to Pattaya, Thailand, they're missing out on a whole bunch of beautiful things aside from the whoring around outside. There's a lot more than just nightlife and bars and all that. So maybe at some point when I return, I think most likely I'll go to Mindanao area. We'll see what happens. 33 watching, cool number. It is very cool. Hey, Mr. Orange, I got an orange cup of juice right here. Yes, 37 now, and you're nearing 40 people, 42. If you guys are liking the channel, just hit that thumbs up button, maybe get some more eyes on this right now. So Rob said, I'm moving to Baras, Rizal for my wife and daughter. Okay, cool. Been separated from them for 3 years. Joe is serving in the military. Okay, yes, I know like the Philippines has a huge military connection. So I think a lot of people initially were either introduced to the Philippines via the military or something like that. And there's a huge connection, obviously, with all the different the history and the bases that were here. At one point, I thought they were going to bring it back. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Clark, they're talking about like reviving that base and all that. So I don't know. Pretty cool. Hey, I'll be in Manila again this week. Pretty cool, man. Let us know, big man, how that goes. American Filipino wife gambles away $500,000. You won't believe how this ends. Part 2. You're rinsing in a situation that has nothing to do with you. Where are you? Where are my morals? Are we talking about morals on YouTube? You're funny, bro. It's called reacting. So how about you go learn about YouTube guidelines that what you can and cannot do, and then we'll talk about it, right? But you seem like a little bit of a troublemaker. All right, give you one more chance before you get the fuck off my channel. Actually, you know what? I got time for none of the garbage stuff here. I'm just gonna kick you off right now, bro. You guys, not you guys. Some people they think they don't got time for this shit. See ya. My understanding, that's because my other channel do reactions. My understanding is Angela is small, so you're going to see everything in 2 or 3 days. Okay, well, good thing for me is usually these days sometimes if it's a new country, I do travel for tourism. Just a few months ago, I was in the Central Asian countries. I went to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and it's very different down there. It's really, really cool. I really enjoyed my time there. I met a lot of people, but there's something about women there just always wanting flowers. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not that guy, bro. I'm not a very romantic dude, you know. Hollywood, California. A lot of people from Hollywood, LA area checking in. Hello, hello. Joe and Jess from Luzon. We moved here a few months ago and are enjoying it. We appreciate your channel. Let me just read like one side. I got 2 sides here. Joe and Jess from Luzon. We moved here a few months ago and are enjoying it. We appreciate your channel and the information you share. My wife likes how you add the outtakes at the end. Yes, unfortunately, for a lot of people, I make less and less mistakes. So some of those things don't end up at the end anymore. Initially, getting a lot of errors. Still make a lot of errors, but nothing funny anymore. I think I've become a bit more serious. But I should get back to like being myself more, I think. Asian Adventure with Jim went to court this week and pled guilty to assault. What? Asian Adventure with Jim. Who is that? Just a reminder for people that don't know me, I don't watch any other Philippine YouTube channel, not even my friends. So I'm sometimes out of loop until somebody tells me otherwise. I want to know if I could recognize it. Asian Adventures with Jim. Assault. Huh? I wonder who assaulted. I've seen this guy pop up a few times. I think he had a very viral short at one point with arguing with somebody. Maybe this is to do with the. Maybe I should share this in case people that don't know. Let me go ahead and share the screen over here. Yeah, I try not to get into like YouTuber drama unless they make the news. So for that reason, I'm all good. But as far as like talking shit about other channels, that ain't me, man. Speaking of which, there's like 2 or 3 people this week talking shit about me, but I wish you guys all the happiness and success. I don't want to get into any of that stuff. Not because I can't like rip you guys a new asshole, but it's not about that. So what am I doing? Sharing my screen. Share screen, YouTube. So Asian Adventures with Jim. Okay, this guy here. He's pretty ripped. Especially, he looks to be older, but he's deezed up, man. That guy has got some muscles, you know. Actually, say muscles. That's funny. Anyways, let me go ahead and move that. Stop the sharing. All right. Well, is he the same guy that recorded himself? Somebody sent me a video a while ago of him getting arrested. Like a video of him being arrested. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to keep up. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you guys. The picture is myself and my two partners. The Kleb and Suburban Delinquents are the old channels. Oh, so you might have a new channel now. I'll have a look. Yep. The first time I ever went to the Philippines was '91 when MT Manatubo erupted. I was in the Mount Manatubo erupted. I was in the military and helped clean up the runway on Clark Air Force Base. I fell in love with the Philippines. That's an awesome story, man. That's the volcano down there, right? Or up there, location wise. But yeah, pretty cool. I've never been near a volcano. Actually, no. One time I walked in Portugal near some dormant. Is that what it's called? Volcano? But aside from that, not so much. Hello from Wyoming. Hello, hello. Globalism Black Man says, "Hey Alex, nice to catch your live stream for the first time watching from Europe, EU. Nice. I'll soon be in EU, so pretty cool. Yes, some guy. I think this is the guy who got himself arrested fighting a Filipino. Oh, okay, yeah. Perhaps. Let me just remove this. Are they still screen sharing? Some people, it's hard to judge, like, I mean, it's easy to judge after the fact, but while it's happening, you can see why it happens, my point. Not that it makes it okay, but frustrations, sometimes just, it's hard to control and people lash out or whatever he did, whatever happened. So they end up in that situation. And if you don't want to pay because you're not at fault, if you don't want to pay because of your principles, or you just don't want to, then you have to go through the court system, and who knows if that's even more beneficial, giving you time and money. But luckily, I keep my nose clean. I don't really, I have nothing to, what's that? Not to be worried about. And that's what you have to remember. Despite all the news, the bad stuff you see, if you just don't get in trouble as far as illegal substances or just, behave, basically, you have nothing to worry about. All this stuff happens because people keep breaking the law. And yeah, of course, once in a while you get somebody innocent behind bars, but overall speaking, people will leave you alone. Filipinos are generally kind. They have nothing against foreigners, despite all the negativity you see. If you're just a normal dude, respect the people, and don't get involved in illegal stuff, you'll just find like gambling or drugs or all this other shit. Even sometimes alcohol. If you don't know who you're drinking with, you never know what kind of situation you get yourself into. So, but most of the people you see is because they get involved with something. It's not just some innocent bystander that ends up being in trouble. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this week and see what happened, so I can recap some of the news. The biggest stuff was a few people getting arrested, like that American 27-year-old that was running basically a live stream group of women he had in his room, and they'll come and do live streams, and he offered them 100,000 not bahts, 100,000 pesos a month to basically live stream, without wearing any clothes and touching themselves and all that. And maybe he performed some stuff with them. I don't know. This is nothing new. If you're an adult man in 2026, live stream women just like fooling around with themselves or other people for money is everywhere online. So they're making or attempting to make some money. Something must have gone wrong because one of the girls escaped. We'll get into that in a second, and reported him to the police, and he got arrested. Now, of course, I'm not saying this guy did what he did was okay, but I don't like how they all say the victims were rescued. Come on. 7 women there doing what they're doing. They were not really victims, maybe of circumstance, maybe victims of being exploited, sure. But when they say trafficked and victim all the time, it kind of takes the blame away from the women, because I know for sure they knowingly participated. So that's the part that's kind of, it's just like when they go to scam centers in Cambodia or Myanmar and they bring them back, China executes them. See the difference? But the Philippines said they're victims. Although they went there willingly, knowingly participated. Okay, the conditions are trash and crap and it's still not right. But the way they phrase it, I find is kind of, I don't know, I have something against that, because I think it kind of just like normalizes it to the fact that, okay, no matter what you do as a Filipino, we got your back, which, okay, cool as a government, but you kind of like enabling people to continue this behavior. So that's the only thing that sometimes I don't like the phrasing of that. So that was one of the biggest things. And you know what's funny? His mugshot was blurred, but you can kind of make out his name. Like, I don't know if I want to say it. I mean, it doesn't matter. The guy's gonna be gone. But his name was Joseph Alexander Foster. If somebody knows him, 27 years old from somewhere in the U.S. But I try to look him up, but not very successful because I think it's a very common name, Joseph Alexander or Joseph Foster or something. What are you saying? What's you saying, girl? What's your name? So yeah, that's one thing that people think that's something I would never get into. Like that's because those are like trafficking charges and child and women, all the assault charges are serious and they can put you in jail for a long time. So for me, it's not something I'd like to get involved with. If I do, it'll be like, I don't know, man, you involve 7 people, something goes wrong and you're screwed, right? So I wonder if it's like a payment disputes, some kind of disagreement, jealousy. If you start making connections with one of the women, another one gets jealous. You're just kind of playing with all the wrong things. But bottom line, he had like a room full of women doing live streams of adult content. He got busted. And first thing he said, let me call my lawyer. That was hilarious. It just shows you like you got no idea how the Philippines legal system works. I don't either, but I know for a fact they're not going to give me a phone to call my lawyer if I'm doing something like that. At least not yet, until I get back to the station and they process me and everything like that. So have a great day. Thank you. You as well. Rob says, I hate that it gives a lot of foreigners bad names and bad stereotype when we are the regular Joe Blogs. Yeah. Are we in their country? So let's be responsible. We are in this country. So okay. Yeah, I agree. We're in their country. Let's be respectful. There's a lot of things I disagree with. Like, it's not like I'm saying the Philippines is perfect. That's not what I'm saying. I'm also not saying I agree with everything Filipinos do. But also, we have to remember, we came here as a tourist. Most of us are on some kind of visa, if that. So, you know, they have to look what's happening in the U.S. They don't even let you come in, you know. So sometimes I know the immigration visa is different than the tourist visa. The point is, they can kick us out anytime. Just like the Thailand girl complaining about how they kicked her out because she didn't have $600 in her pocket. Yeah, they should. How are you trying to live in a country that long without money in your bank account? How are you going to support yourself? The government has to protect its people, right? So I understand from that perspective, but we do have a lot of control on what we can do and how we don't have to end up on the news, right? So Mr. M says he was fighting with his relative neighbors and they cracked his stepson over the head with a beer bottle, giving him brain damage. God damn. If you're going to fight, I guess it's a good time to pick a battle, but that's crazy. Yeah, he did have a cam girl studio. It's legal in the U.S., yeah, but not in the Philippines. Exactly. There are scam centers in the Philippines also, and the Philippine government is not doing anything about it also. There's a lot of scam centers still in the Philippines, despite the ban on pogos. Those were the unlicensed ones, right? There's still a lot of licensed gaming and gambling stuff going on in the Philippines. That girl was offering the girl a legitimate job. It was a big con. That's not a legitimate job. Even if he did pay them exactly what he said, you can't be doing that in the Philippines. Simple as that. So it's not legit at all. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Hello, Alex. Hello, chat. Hello, Funky Monk. Maybe they were being paid enough or wanted more. Yeah, maybe. We can speculate for sure. But I just disagree with the fact that they were somehow captured, captive, and victimized like that. That's when I think trafficking, or any normal person will probably think against people's will. But I don't know how someone can. I'm sure he didn't have a gun pointed at all 7 people's heads all at once. So it doesn't make sense from that perspective. It's illegal. It's wrong. He got booked. So that's what happened. And we should know that it's not easy to do. We are guests. Follow the rules and laws. Exactly. Good luck to Jolina and her channel. Yeah, yesterday. Why? People got to stop looking up my buddy. I assume you guys are all men, right? Please, men, stop commenting on my appearance. I'm flattered. Thank you so much. But my lips are red because I'm just a sexy man, you know? So it is what it is. I cannot help it. Somebody's like, hey, Mr. Eyebrows. Buddy, I don't trim my eyebrow. I don't take tweezers to it. I'm a 40-year-old dude. I don't got to do any of that. But all jokes aside, Jolina yesterday, yeah, I released. The thing is, to be honest, I didn't even want to talk about Jolina's channel because I don't care. The problem is so many people are talking about it. If I don't talk about it for Asia Now content, it makes me look like I'm trying to hide something. I'm a hater. I'm a hypocrite, or like I'm just like being a jealous person or something like that, which I'm not. So I'm like, if people want to click on it, they can click on it. If they don't, they don't. So yeah, she has been uploading to her channel that I guess was created before, but was never really active. So she posted one video and gained like nearly 3,000 subscribers in one video or something like that. And I was just kind of reading the comments of all the guys rushing to help her, which is exactly what I said when all this happened the first day. Anyone that knows women in some of these Southeast, actually anywhere, women anywhere, has enough men there to help them out. So that's why I have no problem with her husband being taken away. Like, of course, never break up a family or whatever, but he knew what he was doing. He was warned many times. Let's not get into all that again. But my point is, she was going to be fine financially. Man. So let me one thing I've noticed, man, things are changing in Southeast Asia when it comes to dating, for sure. Ted Wahol says, yep, Alex, they should be held accountable. They all played a nasty role in that streaming scam. Yeah, because here's the thing. I'm sure for a fact, if they went through their messages, you can easily prove that they were willingly participating or knowing about it and it was whatever. And so, but Philippines, I think it's just too much to try to prosecute everybody. The easiest way is to say, hey, these are victims. You guys are all obviously free to go. Don't do it again. You take down your names, perhaps, I assume, if it happens again, and we'll charge the only person that we can, well, not can, that we want, I should say, and hopefully prevent others from making the same mistake. Going on to our next story of that another American guy being arrested. This time, it's funny how they say he got no job in the description. So let me go to my video and see if I can remember what he was doing. Yeah, this was another guy got arrested for basically harassment, and it's just like a vague Section 5, whatever, where even if you make somebody feel uncomfortable, harass them, or intimidate them, they can basically arrest you. So I don't know if they got into a physical argument. You know what we should do? It's probably easier if I share my YouTube channel. Here, hold on. You guys get some visuals. So let me StreamYard and someone share screen. All right, so yeah, let's go to videos actually. So the Indian dude, yeah. So another thing, people trying to blackmail people, it's not going to end well in the Philippines. Oh, this guy was the main guy, the guy with the surrender. What do I do now? They got him in the shower, but that's the case from 2019. The latest Supreme Court decision was his final appeal. I believe they rejected it, and he was the guy that had 11 people to the NBI follow. Sorry, he had a bunch of kids in his room, and he was like feeding them and taking care of them, and also sleeping in the same room with them. Now, I tried to look, and I couldn't find exact evidence of them. No evidence against him except for testimonials, which in the Philippines, a minor testimony is enough to put you away, despite any physical evidence. So keep that in mind. A normal person would think, yeah, why are you messing around with kids? You should not be alone at nighttime with a bunch of minors in your room. Okay, cool. That's wrong. We all know this. However, in a court of law, typically the way we think, there needs to be evidence of wrongdoing, right? Now, I don't really know the legalities in Canada or the US of just being in a room with a minor. I really don't know, but I assume the bar is a bit higher to convict somebody. But in the Philippines, if you're just hanging around with them in a room alone by yourself and somebody files a complaint and the individual testifies against you, you're in trouble. So remember that, please. If you want, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like just to let you know how it works in the Philippines, right? Obviously, don't be finger blasting no kids or whatever. The point is, he did that, but I don't know. There was no physical connection as far as evidence, right? But there was like Facebook messages of him talking to them and trying to like apparently get them to come over to his place. A lot of people would say, well, what about their parents, right? Yeah, if I was a father, where the fuck's my kids sleeping at, right? Where's my 11-year-old boy? Where's my 10-year-old daughter? It was actually all boys, I think. Whatever. So from that perspective, somebody said, why did it take them so long to find this stuff? It's not. This is just the latest appeal. And then, yeah, so keep that in mind. I own the Philippines organization. I wrote a little about to you the other day. I'll be back in the Philippines in a couple months. All right, buddy. Let me know when you're back and let me know what you got cooking up. I love this channel. Still a new subscriber, but you don't hear half of this in the UK. Thank you. I'm glad I'm providing some kind of information. I appreciate that. I still think the Philippines is doing good compared to the amount of expat arrested in Thailand. Oh, yeah. The Philippines is doing great. The thing is, with the Philippines, it just gets highlighted because we have a pretty connected community when it comes to YouTubers. People kind of watch when they watch them, not all, but like, for example, you might see 3 or 4 YouTubers regularly. When other countries, there's so many people doing so many things, you might just be focused on one channel. So that's that guy, Indian guy blackmailing, British Australian guy messing around with kids, American dude running a live stream, bunch of girls, Carrie's deciding to forgive and forget and move on. This American dude wanted for stuff back in the U.S. And then Secretary of Tourism, Christina Frasco, she's still in hot water because she doesn't understand why people are upset. Maybe she understands, but she says she's not promoting herself. There's memes going on everywhere showcasing her promoting herself and her image on any type of topic they're talking about. And people are saying, listen, man, tourism is down. Why do you promote yourself rather than the destinations, right? And yesterday's video, if you saw when I put her face on Royal Air Philippines as promotion, that was all me. Creative mind of mine, I'm so smart. So the point is, I don't know, man. Yeah, okay, she's attractive for a 50-year-old or whatever, but the point is, nobody is coming here for you, lady. They want to come to the beach. They want to come to, like, what you got, the heritage, the festival, the history, the culture. So I understand what Filipinos are upset about. And she's saying, well, could it be the reason why you see me so much is because I'm working? Now, that's the type of stuff you hear from people that are kind of out of touch with reality. Nobody accused of her not working. The question was, why is she promoting herself? Like, she even had a picture when she was the mayor of Liloan on a senior citizen's ID card. Come on, y'all. Her husband giving away bags of rice and such and has a face on it and all that. So she's like, I'm not running for any national position, so I can't be promoting myself. Okay, what about not national, but what about local? Well, right, I'm sure you're governor next, maybe, or whatever the hell next step is, right? Maybe not in 2028 for national, but maybe the next election you're trying to run. So this is like free promotion for her. A lot of people are kind of like, she's like, yeah, that she's not passing the smell test. So what are your thoughts on the tourism department getting rid of the tax for Filipinos? I'm 100% for it. Clearly, it's not helping out any other thing except for whoever's in that department, politicians, the higher ups, and who knows how that money is actually distributed to. Imagine, like, almost 2,000 pesos per person every time they leave. That's a lot of money. They just said over 5 million people just passed through the airport of Manila. Yeah, I get it. A lot of the domestic people going between different cities. But my point is, even if like 10% of that was just international flights leaving, could you imagine how much money that is? And how is it really helping anything? There's no infrastructure upgrades that we see. Even the NAIA terminals are getting upgraded because of privatization. It's not coming from the Department of Tourism. It's some private company. Also, they're taxing people a lot more just to pay for all that. So what if you never fly? Again, you don't fly often. Why is it that you're paying extra now for somebody to build the airport for somebody else in the future? A lot of it doesn't make sense. But then again, a lot of things that the Philippines don't make sense. Which is why there was another post that was going really, not viral, but was catching a lot of attention. Somebody posted the express fees when doing it online. They got hit with 1,000 peso express fee, another 1,000 peso express fee for submitting their visa extension online. And a lot of people have complaints about that as well. So all these things add up, right? So it's not just one factor. And then it's the reality, boots on the ground situation where it's not convenient for travelers as well, which makes everything more. I think this year it might even be worse than last year. I'm not going to lie. I think tourism, I don't see it improving because last year there was a couple major floods, so the number was low, maybe a little bit because of that. But who knows? Let's see. And also the corruption rallies probably didn't help. I don't know how foreign media covers that. A bunch of people seeing like every weekend some like 1 million people marching down. Let's say 500,000 people may not look good for tourism. But people go where they want to go. Am I still live here? I haven't seen a message up here for like a long time. Guys, if say hello or something in the comments to see if we're still active. I'm sure we are. So yeah, that's what I think. A bunch of people getting arrested. Nothing too crazy. There are more people arrested in Thailand, probably for sure. But more of like everything is a result of alcohol, probably. So getting into fights and stuff like that's more common between foreigners themselves. A lot of road collisions and accidents and motorcycle or motorbike amateurs thinking they're all that driving like under the influence or just erratically and getting themselves in trouble. So those kinds of things. Okay, thank you guys. So yeah, we are here. I didn't know about the express fee for doing extension online. Thanks for the update. Yeah, so people are questioning that. Why am I paying express fee? But my visa doesn't need to be extended for another 2 weeks, basically, or a week or whatever, and I'm doing it online. But I think the whole thing is a scam, to be honest, if I want to be fair. The whole visa extension, I don't think people mind paying the price. It's just like the continuous increase every time you go there is the problem. And I know sometimes the first increase in price wasn't for like 25 years, the first time they increased it. Fair enough, but post it, publicize it, remove the name express fee. Just say fucking administration fee or something. Because not everybody wants it express, right? So I think a lot of it comes down to communication through that. Because nobody really minds paying $60 a month to stay in a country for 3 years. That's not the problem. I think the problem is the feeling of being either gaslighted or lied to or something like that. I think a lot of us, we might, if the government said, buddy, give me $2,000, you can stay for 3 years. I don't think many people would care. They'll simply do it or they won't do it. But it's just like this, it feels sneaky. Some offices charge you. Some offices don't charge you. Some offices make it mandatory. You have to pay for it. And then, so stuff like that, I think, where a lot of the problem comes from. Thank you, Bird. Hello. Hi. Yes. Appreciate it. Came in late. Better come. Better be late than never. Right. So, all right, let's change the tourism topic, guys. Feel free to ask whatever's on your mind. Let's open this up a little bit. Let's get some other discussions because I think aside from those things I mentioned, of course there was more in the news. I just can't remember a whole week worth of content. It's a lot. I do this daily, right? So I read so many news articles. Every single thing has got like around 10 different news stories. I'm just trying to think back. What is really going on about that. Bro, my skin is not smooth. I don't use any products. Water, bro. I don't even use soap sometimes. Water. That's why I got these crazy bags here under my eyes. People talk about my lip colors and my head skin and all that. I don't use nothing. Whatever you guys see in my room, that's not mine. That belongs to a female. It's not man's. I don't put nothing on my skin. Speaking of skin, my hands have been fucked for like 4 months. I need to see like a professional. Like it keeps coming and going. I got this like weird. I don't know if you guys can see it now, but like, yeah, it's pretty bad. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? This conversation went off the rails. What the hell? Exactly. What the hell, indeed. What else is happening in the Philippines? I gotta get back, man. What's going on? What is going on in the Philippines? Just trying to see what interesting things happened. I think yeah. So Christina Fresco, her situation, I think is interesting because there was talks about her being replaced by the sports guy. But that's it. Flooding, there's a little bit of flood going on in parts of the Philippines recently. It didn't affect too many people. Actually, I should take that back. 8 people did die, which is a lot of people from flooding. So Cebu wants to go ahead and try to separate trash. I'm like, first of all, let's collect the trash. We'll think about separating that later on, you know. So that was pretty comical. What's going on in the news? Oh, that police officer that took that drunk girl into the room. I don't know if she was drunk, but she was clearly out of it. He surrendered because his name was all over the place. The patrolman, Filipino guy, that was a wild video of taking. Let me just quickly show you guys. If you didn't see it. Speaking of wild videos, let's see, where is that video? Oh yeah, that trans ladyboy or Filipino, it's hard to tell, that got beat up in public in the Philippines. People were more concerned about whether it was a man or a woman than the fact that regardless, somebody got slapped the shit out of them in the Philippines by a foreigner. So a lot of these things, what happened to that video, man? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. I'll share this once. Okay. There we go. I was half dead. Anyway, so the beginning part is the worst part here. The way this guy carries around. Oh, man, nobody's seen this shit. Hey, what do I know? I'm just a foreigner, right? Caveman style indeed, man. It's the best description of that. Good morning, Alex. Hey, GS Moto Philippines. Hello, hello. That is crazy. Hi, Sim has a Russian passport. So where is he getting deported to? Does he have a Russian passport? If he has a Russian passport, then he'll be getting deported to Russia. Also, if he used that Russian passport to enter the Philippines, he'd be getting deported to Russia. And that's what happened to Vitaly. A lot of people are confused as to what happened, why, and how. But he got deported to Russia and immediately flew back to the US and was doing live stream within like 24 hours. So you get deported to the country of your nationality. Sorry, the country of your citizenship. That's, yeah, whichever your passport you're from, that's where they deport you to. Not really your ethnicity or where you're born or whatever, right? So, and speaking of Vitaly, his green card was not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Removed? What the hell? My brain just went silent. He still has his green card, what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's what I mean. I thought he was Estonian. People keep saying Estonian, so I don't know why he got a Russian passport. Yes, in his blog, he shows a Russian passport. Maybe he does. I don't know. People watch him regularly would know. Maybe he's got both. Maybe he's dual Estonian Russian, right? So, here we go again. Please understand the rules. That's always been part of Thailand's entry requirements, even on a free visa or visa on arrival, however you want to call it. That American denied entry to Thailand for not having $600 was the racist. That racist, I never heard that before. It wasn't racism at all, bro. This was straight up, it's a requirement. Sometimes they ask, sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't. Based on the way you look, you might look professional. Yeah, they could judge you for that. Who knows, right? But I'll tell you guys exactly what happened with that in a second. But first, let's let's watch the video, and then we'll tell you what happened with that afterwards, so you have a better understanding. Because I'm not saying racism doesn't exist in every country, but shut up. But definitely not in this case. So 1 second. Let me share this. Listen to this.
They asked me to show proof of like $600, but honestly, I ain't had it in my account for real.
Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about an American denied entry to Thailand for not having $600, drama at the an American tourist was left stranded after being denied entry to Thailand due to insufficient proof of funds, according to her accounts. In a video, she blamed Thai immigration for the incident, saying the situation unfolded at the airport and quickly turned into a stressful ordeal.
Sad to say, Chad, they didn't let a nigga back in, y'all. And the reason being is because they asked me to show proof of like $600, but honestly, I ain't had that in my account for real. Like, and then my little Thai, it's really not even funny for real, but I guess laughing is just like a coping mechanism type shit. But I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do, because I got my other stuff in my condo still, and my lease is up on the 1st. So I'm trying to see, like, can I find somebody to go get the shit for me and move it out and probably keep it or something until I can try to get a few more $100 in my account, because this shit really crazy. Like, they really cracking down for real. They really cracking down. No matter, I even spoke a little Thai. Like, I feel like I spoke enough, but when they asked about the fucking money, and I did have my flight. That's the crazy part. I did have my flight. Well, y'all know the catch to that shit, but I'm at a loss right now. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I'm really at a loss.
Now, if you don't know, any country can ask you. That is that. In Thailand, actually, first of all, any country can deny you entry for any reason. So don't forget that. You and I coming or visiting any country for any reason, they can deny you. First of all, immigration officers have that authority. If they don't like the answers you're giving, if they don't find you credible, if they just simply think that you're coming for the wrong reason, they can deny you. Okay, they have to probably answer to the supervisor or explain themselves or whatever. Some countries don't do that, but most people will tell you you're being denied because lack of funds, or we don't believe you come for the right reasons, or you entered the Thailand like 6 times in a year. In this case, she had already had a condo in Bangkok. She explained how she was making a visa run, which means she was extending her visa. As a tourist, you're only allowed 30 days, 60 days, maybe an additional 30 if you're renewed within the country. But Thailand wants to prevent this nonsense because people are abusing the system by simply doing land visa runs. They go to Laos, Cambodia, whatever, and come back and get another 30 days, 60 days, or whatever. So in her case, she was doing that quite often. But this time, they're asking, why are you coming here so often if you don't have the proper visa, right? She's like, oh, I'm a tourist. Okay. Under tourist requirements, they need you to show proof. How are you supporting yourself in this country for this long? You've entered like 3 times in a year, let's say 8 months in a row or something, and you don't have $600 in your bank account. Of course, how do you blame a country for? It's nothing to do with racism. You have to show proof of funds. It doesn't mean it has to be cash in your pocket. No, you should show your bank account, you show what you got, and they go, okay, fine, you come here for tourism, for example. But she would do multiple border runs, and she got questioned, and she couldn't provide basic financial evidence that she could provide for herself. Why would Thailand want to keep somebody in the country that can't even support themselves, right? And she's not the first one. A white girl just got denied a couple months ago. Another black girl got denied last month. And this is not like, and you go to Bangkok, you go to Pattaya, the street is full of black girls standing around selling ass. So that's the reason why they asked, because they just took down 16 Africans like last month, the month before, prostitution. Okay, what about their own people? That's their citizens. What are they going to do? Kick out their own citizens for that? No, if they arrest them, they arrest them. They don't. So there's a lot behind it. It wasn't because she was black or she kept saying axe, or the fact she's trying to be hard at immigration. So it's not because of that, right? Sometimes you got to maybe she wasn't speaking professionally enough. Maybe she was high out of her mind. She looks high right now. And she's talking about she's an entrepreneur and come take my course and get this online job, but she doesn't have a job herself. No, this is the type of stuff that needs to be displayed so people don't make this mistake of thinking I can just go to Thailand and just figure something out, right? Because who knows, maybe they saved her from ending up on the streets. It wasn't because she was black, because a lot of black people in Bangkok and Thailand and Pattaya, if it was racism, you wouldn't see a black person in here. So it's not because she's black. It's because she had no money to be here. It's a basic requirement. How do you decide to go to a different country, travel internationally months on end, and don't have $600 in your bank account? So I'm not buying the racism thing. You would deport to the country's passport, which has the entry stamp. Exactly. They have the right to ask any entry port if you have required funds readily available. If not, bye-bye. Exactly. Any person needs to have money to enter the country for holidays. She don't have cash, even $600 in the bank. Was she going to do prostitute herself in Thailand? Exactly what I said in that video. I don't think she had $200 in her bank account. I wouldn't be surprised. So, my bad, $599. And why the hell traveling to a different country that don't even have money for a week stay? Exactly. She planned to sleeping at a new Thai chicks every night. That a lot of people do that. There was even an article of some girl saying how she likes to have local boyfriends as she travels and gets free dinners. You guys think this is something new? Not at all. This has been going on for a long time. Nobody wants to admit it. How do you think all these women travel to Dubai on a yacht? Who do you think is behind the camera? Come on, man. You guys gotta. Some of you guys, I'm sure everybody knows, but one or two people are so naive or young, or they just don't know the game. They think, what are you talking about? Yeah, my girl, she comes from the province. She's poor. Oh, she needs money, even though she got veneers and a $2,000 phone, right? Come on, y'all. Come on, wake up. But she have a rented condo. So what? What does that have to do with anything? It's actually illegal. Over a month, it's okay, but less than a month. And if it's over the month, on what visa did you get a condo lease for? Because the tourist visa only good for 60 days, but she's there for longer. Yeah, thank you. I'm quite black. Like I said, quite black. So not just bare minimum black. You're quite black. I'm quite black, and they didn't ask me for $600 when I was in the Philippines. They won't ask you if you're in Thailand too. Like I said, all these people, this one person got called to the side. Maybe she was being shady or something, and she happened to be black. Do they target black people more? Maybe. But like I said, I've seen 2 white people get denied entry for just making too many visa runs or whatever. So they got her for the money thing. They may get you for other reasons if you can't explain yourself as to why you come to the country so often, right? So she talks like a man, bro. She does. Hello, why are you tripping? Hey, why are you tripping? Long time no see. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have 50K to enter the Philippines if you're coming to a month, not that they would enforce it. A lot of these things are there, but they don't enforce it, right? Lately, Thailand's been cracking down on just trying to reduce some of these low budget travelers because they seem to be causing problems. The Thai people themselves are speaking out against visa-free travel. What happened was Thailand lost a lot of the Chinese market because of the scam hubs and political unrest and all this shit. So they tried to regain these tourists by offering more visa-free to different countries that they were not there visa-free before. And now you have a bunch of people that don't have to show any kind of proof that they even qualify for a visa. They come to the country, they start stealing and doing all this shit that people are not happy with. So probably why they did this. So. Hello, Alex. This is Jesse from Coachella, California. That's always sending you videos. Hey, thank you. Coachella. I just know that for the music festival, right? That's the only thing I know. Welcome. She was working somewhere in Thailand. Yeah, she was. Whatever she was doing. Well, maybe not because she didn't have $600, but maybe she was just earning enough to survive daily. You don't need a lot. You could survive on probably 300 here. Survive. Doesn't mean you're going to live well, but the point is like she just didn't have enough money to enter. I think she's a lady of the night. I mean, I guess different flavors, right? Personally, she got to pay me to get near that, but that's just me. In one of Sim's early videos, he recommended that foreigners bring multiple passports when they come to the Philippines. I think you should bring multiple passports wherever you go. If you have them, why keep it at home, right? In case, actually, I don't know. I don't have multiple passports. I wouldn't really know, to be honest. Robert Cole, damn, YouTube skipped out on notice again, fuckers. Yeah, YouTube is garbage. You heard me, YouTube. You're garbage. Welcome to the live stream. Just lost everybody's comments. Sorry, guys. So the recap, what's the longest an American can stay in Thailand before having to do a visa run? Thailand right now is 60 days. You get a 60-day stamp, then you have to leave or extend it at the immigration office. That's it. That's why the Philippines, that is the only draw, unfortunately, at this point they have is the visa thing. And even English is becoming less and less important because other Southeast Asian countries are really going like full steam ahead when it comes to English proficiency. And I don't know what kind of women people date in Thailand, but I speak to people on a daily basis here. Yeah, I don't have a full-on conversation, but enough to order my food, get somewhere, talk to whoever as far as whatever I got to say. So, yeah, it's not as good as whatever. It's just English isn't a big deal for me. I don't even care if somebody speaks zero. We'll figure it out. We may not have a long, deep, in-depth relationship, but it's good enough for what I need women for. To prepare my food, put me in a taxi, buy my groceries. Everything is, I ordered like literally last night I ordered ice cream. Like fucking 3 different brands at like midnight. Somebody told me, hey, get us some ice cream. I said, yes, ma'am. The point is you don't need language to get around Thailand at all. You'll be fine, just fine. I don't understand if this was like 40 years ago in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Google Translate wasn't there. English wasn't that popular. But if English is the reason you don't come to Thailand, you're making a big mistake. Come here, come to the Philippines, go to Vietnam, go everywhere. Just spend a little bit of time, 1 month in every place. In 4 trips to Thailand and Philippines over 2 years, I've never been asked about cash. Only once in the Philippines did they ask for a return ticket. Just be honest and respectful, and everything will go smoothly. Exactly. Perfectly said. Robert Cole said, remember the visa runs seems... Remember, the visa rules seem to be changing every couple months. What was good last time isn't good this time. Stay updated via the consulate general. Exactly. If you're not living in Southeast Asia, if you're not familiar with like what's happening, if you're not someone like me that covers the news on a daily basis and sees the updates, I highly recommend just email your consulate and ask them exactly what the requirements are, the duration of stay, whatever question you have, get it directly from the source. Don't even listen to me. Like if you're traveling somewhere and if you need some visa information, some passport information, email your, consulate general and get it directly from them. All right. 7 more minutes, unless we got some more discussions happening. This was just a quick little hello on a live stream to see what's going on with people. Weekly news recap. Perhaps every Monday I'll continue for a while, see what happens. Aside from that, nothing crazy going on. Just the normal daily stuff. If you guys don't know what this comment is regarding, and in case somehow you missed it, I'll show you guys what this is. This was, I believe, in the Mindanao area. I'll show you guys a video because this was pretty wild, especially if you're not familiar with like what goes down in the south of the Philippines in some areas. This is usually, what the heck is going on here? Unbelievable. Okay, I want to play this video so you guys can see some context. Here we go. Ready. Watch this. Whew. So that was the mayor of some place in Maguindanao del Sur who escaped and uninjured after an ambush of two vehicles convoy Sunday morning. But two of his peoples were hurt. I don't know if they survived, but the people that did that, they gunned them down, like three of them. They took them out like the same day, I think. So that happened in the southern parts of Mindanao. There are areas where your government advises you not to go, and I don't know enough to tell you not to go, but it seems to me a lot of the more severe cases of either military stuff, it seems like an autonomous region. Like it just they operate under their own religious laws and local laws, and there's a lot of like tension between political clans and all this stuff. So that's what that was. It wasn't a tourist. It wasn't aimed at a tourist, but of course, as a tourist watching that, that would turn you away from that region or the Philippines as a whole, and it doesn't really help tourism right now. So I'm just surprised that the truck was able to withstand that. People said Chinese made RPG, but like I don't know where they got that from. But clearly, maybe first of all, don't wear flip flops. Although he hit him dead on, seemed like right through the window. Nothing happened. The guy, some people are minor injuries, and that was it. And Derek says, I always get a 1 year visa when I go to the Philippines, but I'm married with kids. I got asked once for a return ticket, but the guy say my wife and kids, and I said it's okay. Yeah, you guys are a different operating thing. You have a wife and kids, so it's very different for you. Nah. She paid for the ice cream, bro. You think I'm paying for ice cream? Mm-mm. I got her credit card on the grab shit. I don't pay for nothing. Women pay for me, and I'm serious when I say that. Careful, Alex. First is ice cream, then iPhone, then grandma with health problems. You know what? I got a grandma too, and she needs help. So who's gonna help her? Right? Bazooka, that shit. Exactly. You need to speak a foreign language to visit the U.S. I remember walking around a mall for 2 hours in California, and I didn't hear English spoken once. Yeah, the slang in some places are pretty rough when it comes to a tourist visiting. Imagine going to school in Japan or some of these Asian countries, and you were taught everything grammatically correct and by the book, and your teacher was like not even English speaking themselves, and then you come to the U.S. and you go to any region with their own dialect, you're like, what am I listening to, right? So I'm sure it's very difficult to pick up. Yeah, I have no idea about the political situation down there, but the Ampatuans are one, if not the most powerful clans in Mindanao. This is related to Burrito or clan war. It is definitely. Hey, Steel City TV. I'm all the way north in Candon City, Philippines. So nice up here in province. How was your trip, man? I know you were just recently there, arrived there. Let us know how's it going. Share your experience. I know you got a YouTube channel too. If you guys want to see some of his videos in the Philippines recently, check that out. Leatherneck Tony. Leatherneck Tony. That's what is it, like a reference to like some kind of biker situation? I don't know. Leatherneck, like a leather jacket wearing dude. Good content. Keep up. Daily Watcher, America Living in Cebu. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, they were neutralized for sure. 3 of them. And DP Pro Channel says, Alex, again, please do not let the trolls with the dumb shit seep into your news or commentary. You're doing a great job delivering the news. Carry on, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Leatherneck Marine Corp. Love watching you here in Behold. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. A lot of love and support for the channel. The channel slowly picking up steam, picking up pace. It's exactly where I want it to be right now. Of course, the more the better. But the goal is always about 10,000 views a video. I'm not here trying to be a millionaire or chasing clout or nothing, or just a way to maintain my lifestyle here in Asia, which I've always said since day one. It is my job. I'm not here trying to tell you otherwise. So yeah, things are good right now if it continues, but I know it won't, because the last month was really, it was extraordinary, to the fact that Sim, Vitali, Gino, and Mr. Jackal, all those people got arrested, all vloggers, some with really big chat, like audiences. So I know it's coming from that. So eventually next month, the following month, there's no way we're going to repeat that pattern, but hopefully you guys find enough value to these videos to watch them regularly, and I continue to grow and get to 10,000 on average a video. I think that's fair. The Philippines is ranked #1 in the world for tourist scams. Was this clickbait or really reality in Asia? Well, if you watch my video on that, then I explained everything. If you haven't seen it, then I suggest watching it. If you just want a quick answer, I think it's more of a clickbait. I don't think the Philippines is the #1 scamming country in the world for tourists. The problem with that is, like, it's hard to judge, because in a way, yes, in a way, no. I don't really consider, like, it's hard because you can't tell me there's more scams in the Philippines than India or Pakistan or Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, or even like scams. Like, if you have a whole city built on a scam hub, like in Cambodia and Myanmar, Burma, right? So it's impossible for the Philippines to be #1. This was simply based on the percentage of reviews from tourist spots, only a handful of tourist spots, compared to the number of people saying they got scammed. That's the only thing that linked them. But it wasn't a report. And this is the type of stuff that could potentially harm a reputation of a country. But you have to understand, those are, once again, coming from a very small niche type of news outlets, or someone like Asia Now that covers the news daily. It will never make major news unless somebody tries to kind of like sensationalize the topic. But I don't believe it. I don't believe that the Philippines, as far as tourists goes, is the #1 scamming country in the world. They are, for sure. I would say top 5. But #1, I think that's a bit of a stretch, to be fair and honest. And yeah, but I don't think that just came because of that. The fact that they just took the number of reviews compared to the number of people that said scam, and they came up on top, and barely. So it's pretty cool. Another name for Marine. Okay, cool. Retired in the Philippines. Nice. Steel City TV. The trip was very good so far. Was in Manila, then Makati, then went up north to see my girlfriend's family. 8 hours bus ride. My God. Up here, nice little town, very peaceful. I don't see any other foreigner up here. It's nice. Well, thanks for sharing, man. I hope you have a great time with your girlfriend. Please enjoy it. I assume you're going to go back to the U.S. at some point. You got a life, a job, a situation, and yeah, just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the positivity and do what you got to do. I'm a jungle. Hello, everyone. It's scam, but never #1. Yeah, that just came from that. So, what the heck? 2 thumbs up. Thanks, man. Thanks. What day is it? Sunday? You know what? Yeah. I don't know what the heck I was gonna say. Let me get another drink for myself first, quickly here. I don't know why my shorts are all rolled up with that. As I mentioned earlier, if you guys are new, this bottle right here 33 cents of 100% OJ, bro. What you know about that? Readily available anywhere you go outside in Thailand. I buy these by the dozen. I'm sure this helps if you need some kind of vitamin C. I've been get here. What are we talking about? I don't know. But Samos, hello, Alex. Hello. Life in Luzon. Started watching your channel before we moved here and will continue to watch and like. You have a good following with the people you want to interact with, and it will continue to grow. Keep going. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. And thank you for watching and continued support. Life in Luzon. Do you have a channel? Let's take a look. Life in Luzon. Sounds like a YouTube channel name, if I'm not mistaken. Life in Luzon. Life in Luzon. Oh, you do have a channel. Mr. Bugger. I will check out your channel. Brand new, huh? 8 videos so far. That ain't not bad. I hope I'm not putting you on blast, so let me know if you want me to stop. But check out Life in Luzon, guys. Why not? Do I have color eyes or originally black? I don't know, but I've always got compliments about my eyes from the ladies growing up. They're just regular black. Snake bite medicine. What the hell? That's pretty funny. Yahoo! That is straight from the nectar of an orange. I had zero trouble. So far, I've been here since 29th. I always feel safe in the Philippines, even walking around at night. I've never been ripped off, scammed, or had their phone taxed. That's great, man. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people go through the Philippines with excellent experience. Once again, most of the negative things make the news. Nobody's going to make the news saying, I had a great time in the Philippines. It's just the way it is. But thank you for sharing. Just a reminder to all of us why we even consider coming to the Philippines, right? So, pharaoh ants drive me nuts. They get into everything and you can hardly see them. They're so small. Yeah, that's one thing. Luckily, for some reason, the past few condos I've stayed in Thailand, I've seen an increasingly large improvement in insects. I haven't seen a single thing, but this is a brand new condo, so I can't really compare it to this one. But the last one I stayed, neither. The Philippines, not so much. There's always trouble with, let's say, about 90% of the time with some roaches or small insects of some kind, spiders or ants. And I think it comes from just the building managing the trash itself. Either it's not picked up on time, the location is not great. Some building I stayed in, they wanted me to leave the trash in the hallway. And they'll pick it up daily. I'm like, what the fuck that is, man? I'm not leaving that. So I have to go downstairs and throw it out myself. But I think it comes from some of that stuff and maybe just the style of cooking, ventilation, whatever it is, the humidity even, which I think is pretty much the same as Thailand. But I've seen more roaches and insects in the Philippines than Thailand. But that's just something you have to accept if you're coming here. You might get a lot of them, you might get a little of them, but you'll definitely see them. Hit the like button. I'm gonna get skin tech and I have my wife with me. Oh, only? That's pretty funny. That's real 100% orangey with nothing added. Nothing added. This right here, I seen the girl squeeze it out. I seen her bottle it, and I seen her give me 6 of them for six of them for just $3. No, I forgot, but it's really cheap. It's less than $1, or just about $1. Yeah, I've been saying 33 cents, but I've been wrong. This is $1, but still it's great. Real orange juice. About 4 full oranges went into that. Maybe 5. Can't remember. But yes, it's all good. DP says, by the way, excellent job helping the young lady out. Okay, off to start my day. Everyone have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks, bro. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for the comments and watching. I appreciate the feedback. Any Cebu big bike riders, motorcycle, etc. I ride a VMAX 1200 MSG. Message me if anyone wants to ride. I have looped Cebu about 100 times already, so know a lot of good riding roads. Loop Samar, Leyte, Solo, and a few others. Yeah, buddy, that's excellent. I mean, I wish I was a rider. I just recently learned to ride a motorbike. I know, right? I've always stayed in cities, and no way in hell I'm driving one of those in Bangkok or Manila. But that's yeah, man. Somebody contact him. Let him know. Exchange some details if you guys are in Cebu. Why not? Make some friends. Let's spread the love and positivity. Haha, all good, sir. Appreciate the shout out. Okay, good to know. Check out Life in Luzon, guys. Show some love. Asia community strong. I know last time we did that, a bunch of you guys went over to Carrie's channel, so thank you guys for supporting her. For me, it's non-existent. The language barrier in Thailand, because once again, I really keep to myself. I have a small group of friends here. I only do the dailies. If you're talking about day-to-day stuff, it's not an issue. They know enough English to know that you want this or that and the other. The other day, I was surprised. I went and ordered like tom yum, spicy chicken, and it said all that in Thai. And I'm like, what? No way, I just learned Thai like that. But it was just like 2, 3, 4 words maybe. The point is, you'll be fine. It's going to be all right. But in-depth conversation, even then, you have people that speak English. You just got to find them, right? But it's not like the Philippines where pretty much everybody you talk to would be able to have a conversation with you. I'm not even going to get into that. Where's the best place to live in the Philippines? That's a very difficult question. For me, it was Cebu because I'm a city person. It's close enough to all the beaches. It's got a lot of people, a lot of expat community. It's developed, relatively speaking. The only problem for me in Cebu was the traffic, but then again, I didn't go anywhere really. Beaches are a couple hours away, or 4 to 6 hours if you want to get to nicer ones. International airport, close to Dumaguete, close to Bohol and all that. So I think it's for me, that's what it was. But depending on your lifestyle, what do you want, right? So my wife makes random videos, nothing focused yet, still figuring it out. Yeah, that's going to be one of the most challenging things is figuring out your niche. Because that's what happened to me. I just kind of stumbled upon my niche on living abroad of doing street interviews. Because my first video that kind of went big was me asking random women to rate me from 1 to 10. So it was just happened overnight kind of thing, and I realized that's the direction I'm going to go to. If you have nothing, because you don't want to be just another, this is my life in the Philippines, unless you have like an angle of some sort. Like if you're both foreigners, are you both foreigners? Yeah, one of you guys, what kind of nationality are we looking at? To be honest, I don't know where you guys are from, but like, maybe that can be like your little, if you guys want to see the channel, let me go ahead and share it. No, I just exited. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll try to like give you guys some information about YouTube if you're interested. So this is your channel, Life in Luzon. The first thing that I see is you don't have a very good thumbnail. I know you're not trying. This is like, please take this as like positive feedback. I'm not trying to shit on you or nothing. I know you're not focusing on making videos. You're just kind of getting started. But like the point is, the first thing that people see is your thumbnail. So I would suggest getting into some kind of pattern, right? Using the same kind of text. The bigger, the better. These two are great because they have both your faces nice and large, right? And because most people scroll through their phones now or tablets, having a big picture usually helps a lot. So just make whatever you're making pretty big. Just try to stick with the same, find a text that you think works for you, right? That way, every time somebody sees a video and they see your text or thumbnail, they know it's your video, right? So this starts very early. It's not a big deal, but my point is like, when you go to someone's channel, you want to have an immediate understanding of what the channel is about, right? If you go to Asia Now, you know it's about either foreigners or news or something like that. So same with you guys. And like find your angle. Like a lot of people living in the Philippines, a lot of couples living in the Philippines. Like what makes you guys the reason why somebody should watch you, right? Because one thing I learned early, which helped me a lot, was YouTube videos have to be either entertaining or informative. And for the better channels, both entertaining and informative. Because right now, nobody really knows who you are. So people wouldn't really care about like a daily vlog kind of thing, unless it's for yourself and you don't care about views and all that. That's fine. But if you're trying to like grow your channel, I think to focus on providing information or being entertaining, and then of course having some kind of angle if you're like a foreigner, local couple, or an American couple. First, some kind of a little bit of an angle until you find your niche. That's what I would say. Sorry for whoever was not watching this, but I thought I just share my experience of what works and what doesn't work. Philippines living. I've been in Manila, Cebu, and Bohol, and I choose Bohol anytime. Yeah, Bohol is nice. I think if you have your own transportation, especially in Bohol, you could do like it's a really nice place. What the heck? I went to the Salcedo market in Manila, 5 out of 10, not enough seats for people to enjoy the food, vendors, and cars driving through the streets. Yeah, some of those night markets can be really tricky, just too many people and nowhere to sit. So, as someone that wants to eat at the night market, it's not that fun. Yesterday, there's a new night market that opened up here. Not yesterday, what day is it? A couple days ago. We went there, and parking initially was a pain because when it first opened, they hadn't organized it, so there was like backed up cars all the way to the highway. People were complaining. Eventually, they rented more land and opened it up, and there's a lot of seating, and things were really good because there was so many tables open for people to sit, and there was so much parking. So if that's not there, it takes away from the fun, right? And I had a great time because I started talking to a Thai chef because I tried this roasted chicken pesto pasta. I saw it looked good. I ate it. It was so good. I went back to buy more for tomorrow's lunch. We just started talking, and he just told me because he's a chef and like this is what he does on the weekends or whatever. And the point is, a lot of it comes to convenience and comfort. And if it's not there, then it doesn't matter how good the food is. It's not gonna. Yeah. I've been in the Philippines for almost 3 years, and I face skin tax every time I go out in some form. I know better, but they still try. I have a few trusted vendors. It does happen. So I think in the Philippines more than any other Asian country I've been to, unfortunately. Um, See, other countries, like for example, there are markets like the Banten market, Ho Chi Minh. There are markets that are known for tourist traps. That's kind of understandable because they bring buses and like people just keep jacking up the prices because that the whole area will become a scam, which is understandable, knowing and it's a tourist trap and all that. But I feel like in the Philippines, sometimes it's hard to a random person will try to pull one over you. You're like, bro. But I don't think they think of it as a big deal the way we do. So that's what the problem is. I think they're just more like, this guy can afford it. It's a slow day. I'm going to charge him 100 pesos, right? It's not right. I'm not trying to excuse it for them, but I just don't see it, them thinking it's a big deal as the way we foreigners might think. For us, it's more like a principle. It's offensive. It's more like trusting. It's just a bit more deeper than it is for a local person that might think, this dude can handle $2 or $3, what's nothing to them. And I'll eat, So, and they don't think I'll ever see you again. They probably think it's like a one-time thing. They don't think long-term in effect, like this guy might come back tomorrow. This guy might be here a while. So some places they may barely see any foreigners. Sometimes they see it and they automatically try to like get the best of you. Doesn't make it okay, but I think they just have come from a different mindset. But thank you for sharing. Steel City TV. I do have my girlfriend with so she won't let the tax happen yet. In Cebu last year, had taxis tried to do that. My girl was on him the first loop around. Yeah, taxis are the most annoying things. Just some tips for you guys if you're coming to the Philippines for the first time. When you get inside a taxi, in Cebu specifically, use the white taxis, not the yellow ones or the black ones. The white taxis are the local, more affordable and more visible taxis. And when you get in there, make sure you turn on the meter. And while you're sitting there, turn on your phone. Also follow direction on your Google map. Turn the volume up so he knows you're following the map. After a few seconds, when he recognizes that you're not a fool, you simply turn the volume down or whatever and just follow along with them. So that way they know that you're aware of some of the scams they might try to have. If the meter doesn't work, simply don't use it. Just say, sorry, sir, I'll just go to another one, right? That's it. So do those things. You should be fine. And then also, if you want to turn your volume and take a picture of they all have their license number there, the taxi driver ID. Take a picture of that. Take a picture of the cab number as well. like these things like might sound ridiculous to you, but at least for the first couple times. But after that, you kind of get an understanding of how things work. So if you just want to like avoid some scamming, you can do that. What? Here, a dump truck ran over a pedicab and a house on the side of the road. Almost 2 weeks later, the truck is still inside the house. She, yeah, it's not easy finding proper resources in the Philippines because I don't even know if like they've recovered from that flooding that happened like 6 months ago now in Cebu, right? Like they're still living in tents somewhere. Things take a long time. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but like it is. I think probably explains why the infrastructure is so bad still, because every so often a flood will come and just destroy a bunch of shit, and then by the time they try to locate the money that was supposed to be going to these things, like years have gone by, right? So it's pretty frustrating. Yeah, perfect. We all start somewhere, exactly. Um, it's a learning thing, and if you just continue to put out videos, you'll find your niche, and you'll start to like gain momentum, and you just need like one or two videos to do well eventually. Then the algorithm, it's just like a machine. The more you feed it, the more it knows how to do a better job for you, right? That's why one video a week nowadays is going to be almost impossible to compete with anyone if you're trying to grow as a channel. Even two is not enough. Minimum three videos, I'd say, if you're trying to be a YouTuber. You know, there's channels right now dumping out hundreds of videos a week because AI helps them. Yeah, maybe 99 of them doesn't do anything that week, but that one might get 2 million views, for example. And it's enough to like sustain that channel. And I'm surprised the YouTube CEO is like gun ho about AI. And I thought by now AI channels will be demonetized, but they're still going strong. So it's going to be harder and harder for regular, hardworking content creators to actually have any kind of make any kind of living off of YouTube, basically. So, oh, Tagbilaran City, nice. I've been there, nice place. There you go. There's your niche. Your wife's American. There's not many American women with half Filipino. It's usually the other way around, right? So maybe that could be your niche, right? Okay, start somewhere. I like this room versus the corporate office. Thank you. Yeah, some people like this my area. Some people like the upstairs. I think I'll just continue to do it down here. It's just easier, man. I don't think people really care about the background. One or two people might, but I don't think it's enough people for me to like haul my camera, microphone, water, extension cord, and all that to go upstairs in a conference room to make a video. Eventually, I'd like to have like a proper setup, but I'm never long enough anywhere to do that, and I don't want to go invest money into that and then eventually either have to give it all away because I got no room to carry it to the next country, right? So I'm gonna be here for another month before I move on. But like, yeah, we'll see. Jogo Wonder in Thailand, maybe you can meet up. I don't do meetups anymore. I've done probably about 20 different collaborations with other YouTube videos, and I've interviewed about at least a dozen of your favorite YouTubers in the Philippines. People don't know. Some of you guys may not know, but I've interviewed all those guys. Like regular guy, Paul Old Dog, Mark Thornton, when rest in peace or whatever. Like so, Critter Hunter. There's like a bunch of these guys. Mike, retired Philippines. It's not a Sunshine Shoulders. Like I've all these guys that at one point I sat down with them and got their story. I've interviewed them. So I kind of lost. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't interest me anymore, to be honest. There's people. They're doing their own thing, and it's for me to go out of my way here find some Jogo Wanderer. So yeah, not for me. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't even know who that is, but there's a lot of people in Thailand. This may not be true now. Thailand is getting a Disneyland. This is a political thing. There hasn't been any concrete evidence from Disney that this is going to happen. So it might just be a ploy to get some more votes. FM Unplugged. Am I late? Just popped. What the heck is a Modafinil? And chug some coffee. You're not late. Never late. I jumped on a multi-cab on my way home from Cebu City. The lane was gone, no warning, no sign, just a 2 feet deep ditch in the park. Driving crazy here. Yeah, driving is wild. people that drive in the Philippines, they're especially skilled, I'd say. From a land far away, 1789, says, I get tired of foreigners trashing the Philippines. I've seen been going still. I think I'm getting tired, guys. I get tired of foreigners trashing the Philippines. I've been going there since 2012 and retiring there with my wife and kids in 3 years. They live in Davao Oriental. All Asian countries have their problems. Of course, I agree completely, sir. I think anyone that solely bashes any Asian country needs to either change directions of where they're living or try to remember why they came there. As I mentioned, I don't think the Philippines is perfect, but no country is, right? So let's remember there's still a lot of good things about the Philippines and not just the negative news. Fortunately, as I mentioned several times, only negative news makes the news. Yeah, but exactly. That's a good point. I'm equally as tired of foreigners glazing this country. If you're watching any YouTube channel and they say only positive things, if they're giving advice or talking about realities of the Philippines, you do have to kind of question their motives. Let's not forget, I would say every single person making a YouTube video that you're able to watch because they have a big enough channel is making it for the money, for the views. So in order to get views in the Philippines, it's not that hard to actually get views. All you have to do is make some dishonest videos of you liking everything and tell me there's no traffic here. I love the flooding. You know, some weird, like when you're like, when you question it like that, that's when it becomes like dishonest. And that's their prerogative, I guess, but I think it's misleading, right? Because that's what creates all these negative people. Because somebody might come to the Philippines thinking that right off the plane, women are throwing pussy at him. And like, wait a minute, I haven't found a date in 3 days. Everybody I talk to wants money. What the hell's going on here? F the Philippines. They're all scammers, right? So that's what kind of creates that, right? And they said, oh, everybody said Filipinos are the friendliest people on earth, but this guy just charged me almost $8 for 2 mangoes. Everybody's a scammer, right? But that's what I'm saying. You have to be able to find someone that you find credible. Maybe you can see that they walk the walk and talk the talk kind of thing, not just only. I would never eat balut, bro. I'm sorry. Filipino people try to get me to eat balut for 6 years. I'm not doing it. I'm not that brave, bro. But I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be delicious for sure. It's the first time I eat it. Some people do that just for the views, but I guess you just gotta find someone that you can. And some people just want that. Maybe you just want positivity, whether it's real or not. But you don't want no negative shit in your life. Fair enough. But I think it's good to be kind of balanced. Is it less expensive and overall better quality living in Vietnam, Cambodia than the Philippines, in your opinion? I'm not too into Thailand, honestly. Thanks. Yes. It's better. Everything you said in Vietnam for sure. Cambodia is still developing, so some things maybe not. Better value still in Cambodia. The Philippines, unfortunately, has a large population. It has a lot of OFWs and families overseas that send hard currency US dollar into the Philippines. It has a lot of scamming as far as industries go, like BPOs and call centers and scam hubs that operate like gambling sites like that. So the politicians have extended families, and all these people are buying up property. For example, the Bureau of Customs is really corrupt, as we know. The U.S. reports say for the past 10 years, imports and exports have become more expensive. There's too many middlemen. There's no proper chain of, there's no proper flow when it comes to some of these industries, essentially supply chain, I want to say. So it increases the prices and everything. So the value, I think, gets lost somewhere along the line over there. Whereas other places like Vietnam, probably Cambodia offers the best value, Vietnam as well. So I'd have to agree with that statement. Did you ever go to Enchanted Kingdom? I don't know what that is. I don't think I have. If people don't like the Philippines, leave and say nothing. I've lived in Vietnam and I find the Filipino people so much more loving and kind. Well, I don't think it's a good mindset to have than leave, right? I think that's not really the right mindset to have. But if a Filipino told me that, I'd accept it. Like if I was complaining to some Filipino all the time, he told me, hey man, you don't like it, then leave my country. I couldn't get mad at him because I am the one either not liking it or talking shit all the time. I have no respect. So I understand where they're coming from that angle, but I think overall that mentality might kind of damage Philippines itself more. So if someone says, for example, if they're complaining about the condominium, the plumbing is not working, they've asked the landlord to come fix it for the past 3 weeks and they don't do it, and I'm just complaining to my audience, for example, or my friend about, man, Filipinos, they don't take shit seriously, or I say something stupid like that. Okay, I'm generalizing, but I don't think it's fair to say leave, because if the guy left, maybe that, homeowner doesn't have a tenant now, or something along the lines of that. And just think wider picture. It's easy to say leave, but some people have kids, some people have families, some people have a job here. Some people are maybe Filipino themselves, because not all complainants are Westerners. Some people gave up everything back home. They moved, they got into a relationship, then they found out the reality after. They have nothing to go back to, right? So I think complaining is okay, but negativity to the point of spiraling and then just simply bitching and moaning and complaining about everything and blaming Filipinos for it, that's wrong. I get it. But I think it's okay to air out your frustrations if you have a solution, or if you generally want to improve something, and not to expect people to change for you, but for you to change whatever the situation is yourself, right? So for example, I would just get a plumber myself and fix it, and then send the bill to the landlord. Say, in 3 weeks, you haven't done it, I'm not paying you 3,000 pesos and taking off the thing. Something like that, right? And I'll see how that goes. But the point is, I think, once again, just like everything else, any too extreme, you have to question. Somebody says the Philippines is the worst country in the world. Like, really, though? Is it? I mean, with all the wars going on right now and all this shit, I think the Philippines is the worst. And someone said the Philippines is the best country in the world. Is it, though? There's a lot of issues with it right now. So you have to understand where they're coming from, I think. But that's just my 2 cents. I don't take taxis, always Grab when I'm in Cebu. Yeah, you could. I take taxis all the time and I have zero issues. I think it depends on your comfort level. The issue I have with Grab, just waiting around sometimes when they cancel, where taxis are everywhere. So I just simply wave one down. But like I said, if you've been there long enough, you kind of understand how things operate. And to each his own, whatever comfort level you have. Grab really works well when it works, but when it doesn't, just the waiting around, the canceling, the excuses get a bit too much. People don't want to come pick you up. Steel City TV. Yep, facts, Alice. Get points. Keep that Google Maps in the car and talk. Don't be shy and ask questions. Yeah, don't be shy. It's okay to question something. People should be okay to answer them, right? So, well, why are you going this way or whatever, right? So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Some can't leave because of kids that have to raise kids and family and all that. Great tip. Thank you. What? It's minus 15 in New York? Crazy. It's 30 degrees in Asia. You guys are talking about something I don't know. What the heck says a lot of travel content creators want to sell a dream. Everything in life is a trade-off. Yes. They don't tell you what time you got to wake up, the van ride to that beach, the hassling with the individual, the boat that broke down, like the flooding that happened in your hotel room, the bugs and the very limited options that you have as far as like accommodation or whatever they did to get there. Yes, everything is beautiful if you only show the good things. But I think, like I said, a balanced way is better. Alex, the next time you go live, please drink beetroot juice. I can sponsor this behavior. All right, I just got to find some. I ate balut in Texas. No to balut. Agreed. Balut starts a fight, says Robert, in my house. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. Vietnam is cheap, but you will see food vendors washing dishes in the street, construction work on open fires, and street unregulated without ventilation trade-offs. I mean, everything you said happens in the Philippines and Thailand and Indonesia as well. But Vietnam is a bit, I'm say dirty, but I see what you mean. There's a, you gotta, there's a different vibe overall. it's not dirty, but you just see some things out in the open, I'd say. I guess I'd rather see somebody washing my plate on the street than not seeing it at all, right? So, same in the States. Oh, yeah, a lot of foreigners saying how much they hate it here and how bad this country is, but they stay here. Yeah, so that's the thing, because you don't know, right? Are you in American foreigners group or whatever, immigration groups or whatever, or like foreigner? So you don't know the type of shit you are talking about your country. Probably way worse than the type of stuff that foreigners are talking about the Philippines. But you're not in that community because you're a citizen. It's got nothing to do with you, and you hear nothing about it, right? And that's the same type of thing that we're doing here. But like, I think overall, I would have to agree, Philippines expats tend to be a bit more negative than other countries I've been around. So I don't know where that comes from, but maybe just more comfort of speaking out about something. I don't know, but yeah. Ew. I seen a beak in there. I'm not doing that. Ooh, biggest roller coaster. That's pretty cool. Alex, what is the hype option under these videos now? I don't know, to be honest. What is the hype option? By the way, if you guys want, subscribe, like, check out a super thanks, super sticker, or hype, which I didn't even know existed. Let me see what this is. Maybe if I logged in a different account, wait, I'm logged in under my own, so maybe I don't see the hype. Asia now. Hype. All I see is super sticker, super chat, membership. I don't see a hype button. Anybody see a hype button? HYPE, hype? No clue. I've not eaten balut sober. It's pretty funny. Gee, 70 degrees. I guess Fahrenheit. I don't even know what that is. Sounds cold-ish. Medium cold, like my steak. Yeah, I don't see the hype button either. Might be like a regional thing instead of like, yeah, who knows? Yeah. So that's it, guys. What is going on? What is going on? Yesterday, this is going to sound so stupid, but if you guys don't know, I'm a very competitive person, right? I mean, I used to be, to be honest. Maybe not so much anymore. So yesterday, I went to the gym and I tried to do some cardio, and there was a guy next to me. It looked like he was just about to start or had just started before me. So I was doing my thing and he was doing his thing. Usually I get off about 40 minutes is enough. I sweat crazy. That's it. So the 40-minute mark, this guy was still going. I mean, he was kind of on his phone and he wasn't really, just kind of slowly going at it. So I knew I put in more effort than him, But in my mind, I'm like, I'm not losing to this fucker. So I'm like, let me put on 10 more minutes on this bitch. 10 more minutes on elliptical. Man's is still going, just scrolling through the social media, barely just moving. I'm like, I can't lose to this dude. I'm like, let me put on another 10 minutes. So now I'm doing elliptical for an hour. My man's still on his phone. I'm not quitting, man. I can't let this guy beat me. Although this guy probably had no clue I was even there. I'm sure he didn't care. For me, I was like, nope, another 10 minutes. So now it's an hour and 10. I'm like, I got to do another 10 minutes. He's still going. Now it's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, 10 more minutes. At an hour and a half, buddy was still, going like this. I gotta go home. I got shit to do because I was late. I was like, what the hell? I just spent an hour and a half on an elliptical because I don't want to lose. Anyways, lose to who? To myself, I guess. It was the most ridiculous thing, but there's a little bit of a factoid for you guys. A random story of myself. Really? There's a hype button? I don't see any hype. Now I'm gonna be curious. I gotta look this up. home. Let's see what. What? That's not it. Anybody actually going to show this hype button? There we go. Okay, let's listen to this lady. Lady.
And this is my, if you're watching this and stuff and you're like, hey, this doesn't look like your platform on the YouTube community channel, this is my other channel. This is the one that you don't have it watch hours. So if you're not seeing it by the YouTube watch hours, then you can use hype. Advanced settings, and then you'll scroll down and it should be somewhere around in this area. And of course I don't have it, so you're not going to for you. And I think I might once
I don't get it. I'll figure that out. No, it's gonna bother me. But anyway, apparently it's a hype button. 39 degrees here in Western Australia. Nice and toasty. 39 degrees. You can rotisserie a chicken, I'm sure. Happy to provide you with a clip of Philippine antic Despairing You, drama queen, soon to be eBay. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not interested. Once again, I know the past week 2 or 3 channels have come at me, but you know what, bro? I wish you guys all the best. It's funny because actually, you know what? I got a lot of dirt on a lot of people. And if anybody knows me, actually, just forget it. It's not even worth my time. But you guys do what you guys got to do, okay? I'll do what I got to do. I wish you guys all the best and success, whichever channel there is talking smack about me. I appreciate you guys standing up for me, but believe it or not, I just don't care. I don't care what any of those channels have to say to me. I'm a grown-ass man. I know what I do, and if it is what I don't even know what to say about it because, like, it doesn't affect me in any way. I don't watch their channel. I can care less how they make videos or what they're talking about. I don't have time to watch every YouTuber and what they have to say specifically about me or some other person. I try to cover whatever's in the news or whatever I think you guys might find informative. Some people need to have a certain type of content. That's what they do. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's funny because somebody asked me something directly. I say the truth and honest. So somebody got a question for me regarding anything, you can email me at talknowcanada@gmail.com or ask me in my comment section because I answer everybody pretty much, unless it's being rude or if I just don't see it or something, right? So, but thank you for trying to stand up for me or letting me know. I simply don't care. But thank you for letting me know. Hey, Alex, any news about that girl who lost her channel to her ex? I heard Heidi talk to you about it. Yeah, she did. And I answered her. And it's funny because her response was not what I said. So, yeah, once again, I'm not going to get into the details, but people that have directly donated to the GoFundMe, they know the truth. Or people who are her, Carrie, she knows the truth. And the guy, Mash, he knows the truth. Everybody else just looking for drama. Those guys decide to forgive and move on. It doesn't make sense for me to keep up a video of her, Carrie, exposing him if it's been resolved now. So I've taken a hit on the ads. I've privatized or removed that video because it's not fair for me to keep it up to gain more views, or doesn't make sense to have the GoFundMe running still because the GoFundMe was for her for not getting 40% of her channel. It was never about the feud between them or why they got into a relationship or out of a relationship. That guy stole that channel 100%. I'll tell you guys, because I was saving this for the interview. If I sat down with him, I would have thrown this in his face or whatever. You cannot transfer a YouTube channel that is not a brand channel. It's against YouTube it's against YouTube guidelines. You cannot do it. The fact that he said he got her channel because she signed a contract, that contract is invalid. It's void. You cannot. That's it. There's nothing else to it. YouTube does not allow you to transfer any channel under any circumstances if it's not a brand channel. That's it. There's no, that takes precedent over anything else down here, right? You see what I'm saying? So that is why I was so okay with doing a GoFundMe and helping her get what she lost 4 months of pay or whatever. The fact that she wants to focus on her new channel, forgive and forget, that's not up to me, bro. So for whoever wants to know, because 2 people mentioned it now, I think this is where her issue was, right? Somebody mentioned me, she's questioning it. But it's funny because I'm like, why does somebody else care what I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I'm watching TV or YouTube and somebody talks about I don't know, Obama, Trump, and if I don't like it, I will move on, right? I wouldn't be, hey man, you talk about this guy or whatever. If it's something not for you, I talk about 10 to 15 different like news every single day. If you don't like one of them, skip it, bro. If you don't like the channel, skip the channel. You know you can turn off the fucking TV, right? People that get bullied online, that's one thing I don't understand either. Oh, somebody like, buddy, just block them, delete them. Anyway, I'm getting out of like off topic here. But thank you guys. I don't care. She's not the only one, or I don't even know what she said, to be honest. Whatever she said, it doesn't bother me, good or bad. I just wish her, him, whoever it is, all the best health. I hope they live for like 150 years, success, and all the money they can get. It doesn't bother me. The one thing I know about YouTube, you can pay for your own videos. Like you can pay YouTube to get more views, which is kind of I guess you could, right? You could pay YouTube to promote your video to other people, so they can guarantee you like 2,000 or 3,000 additional views for like $30 or something. But it doesn't make sense because usually the money you spend to get those views is more than the money you get from the ads. So unless you just want to grow your channel to get some momentum or something. But you can always see when people do that, because you can see like the likes compared to views and the comments compared to the views. It just doesn't add up. This is what Ben Shapiro has been doing. You guys know Ben Shapiro. People lost a lot of like confidence in him. I used to like him too, to be honest, until he became really, well, he used to say facts don't care about your feelings, but it looks like they care a lot about your feelings if you talk about Israel, right? So aside from the point, so he has been buying his views for the past month or so, and people have been catching on. Because you see a video and have like 300,000 views, but only like 3,000 likes or something small, even 300, or something that doesn't make any sense when you do the math. Once again, I'm getting off topic. Crazy. So Robert says, YouTube hype button is a feature designed to help small and emerging creators gain visibility. It allows viewers to hype videos from eligible creators, those in the YouTube partner program with 500. Cool. Maybe my channel is just too big. Not kidding, but I don't know. That's pretty. I didn't know that. There's always something new happening on YouTube. So it adds up the hype points and puts the highest hype points on the top. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate everybody sending me that stuff, but I genuinely just skip it. Adios. Almost bedtime. Night, son. After all the scammers in Asia, at least Philippines have superhero Rafi Tulfo. I mean, don't forget, he's not doing it he might be doing it from the kindness of his heart, but he does have 30 million YouTube subscribers. So his videos are gaining views and money as well. So good for him. Here's the thing. It's the same thing as Mr. Beast. People used to be like, oh, man, you fixed 30 blind kids' eyesight, but you did it for the views and the money. Yeah, the guy is a YouTuber. That's his whole job. How was he able to like fix people's eyesight if it wasn't for the money generated through YouTube? So I never understood that concept. People like, hey, you're making YouTube for money. That's the man's business. His whole business is about YouTube and making money. And if he's able to help people along the way, then you might as well support him instead of somebody that just doesn't help anybody, right? So I'm a big fan of Rafi Tulfo, but I don't think it's just 100% from philanthropy or whatever. Philanthropy. Jim Schaefer says, you're a good person and everything you do is from your heart. Anyone else wishing to denigrate you can take a leap. Yeah, people, they live their life whichever way that makes them feel good. I know when I go to bed, I'm 100. I'm asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow. Zero worries. I got nobody. I got zero debts, zero hate in my heart. So if somebody wants to hate at me, I'll just be like, thanks, bud. Shake their hand. Unless you really disrespect me in person, then we'll talk. But I'm saying like online, words are words. I'm a grown man. Words don't hurt me. The viewers can click the hype button to give the channel a boost so more viewers can catch the channel. But Does anybody see the hype button? That's what I'm trying to say. The hype buttons are the hype feature's already on. Is it? I don't get it. Heidi said it was the third time it happened to her. Made her sound like it was a scam for people to send financial support. I think it was the first time she had a channel overtaken by somebody in hijack, so I'm not really sure what she's referring to. These ads, even under YouTube Live, are crazy. It not mutes you while they play now. What the fuck? Really? There's ads on the live? I thought it was only ads on the live replay. I don't know if it was ads while I'm talking. Shit. What? You don't see me? Dig the channel. Thank you, sir. I dig you, Luke. I dig your name. I've always been a fan of the name Luke. I don't know why. Not because of Luke Skywalker. I don't know where that came from. Maybe because it rhymed with Duke. The NCAA, they're a pretty good team. I don't know, but I've been a fan of Luke. Maybe because of Modern Family, that kid's pretty funny. But I don't know. Anyways, we're 1 hour. What the shit? 1 hour 50 minutes? We're 2 hours into this? I thought it was like 50 minutes. Oh shit. Good thing I got no life, right? I gotta go make a video for tomorrow, man. I gotta find some news. Actually, I already have my main story for tomorrow. So creators can't see the hype, but viewers can. I know, but I'm logged in on a different account looking at myself, and I still cannot see, which is weird, is what I'm trying to say. Whatever. It is what it is. Can't hype nothing. All right, 2 hours. Let's do another 8 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hey. What up? What up? What up? What up? Chico. By swiping it. Okay, let me try it. Comment area. Swipe. Swipe. Honestly, I think it might be a regional thing because even now I don't see a hype. And I'm under a different account, not my own, so I'm not under the creator account. Nothing. I'll take your word for it. If you guys are hyping the channel, thank you for that. If you're not hyping it, thank you anyways, because you may not be able to find it. Like me. Samos, if you don't mind, which country are you in? Maybe we can kind of figure this out based on your location not being like everybody else. Yeah, this was one of my best decisions too. I'm going to say it, even though I'm going to lose money on the ads. YouTube Premium is very good. I highly recommend it. Get it. Like once you go to Premium, you're not going to go back to regular YouTube. No ads. You can also play music in the background and close YouTube and you still play music. So that kind of stuff is really good. Also, you can download. They got some good features. I think you could also watch full-on YouTube movies now with YouTube Premium. Anyways, it don't matter. The point is, get YouTube Premium. It's worth it. Maybe. Yeah, who knows? Hype option only shows after you click like on the video. Okay, there we go. We got some new details. Now we might be able to figure this out. I have not clicked the hype. I've not clicked like yet. So if I like it, still don't see it. I just like the video and don't see the hype button. Forget it. Forget it. Wouldn't it be funny if she like pulling my leg this whole time? Rob said, I always click the like button. I don't see it. I'm in the US, Alex. Okay. I think Rob's also in the US right now. So is a couple other people. Kind of strange that some people see. Sometimes YouTube will roll something out and not make it available for everybody. So that could be a thing. if it's a new thing, which I think it might be because it's the first time I heard about it, maybe not everybody's been chosen to have that option. They do like tests and surveys and all that before releasing it to everybody. I recommend you dress in Asia Now uniform. This is my uniform, black shirt. I got a couple black shirts I wear every day. It's funny, somebody also, hey man, I don't want to get into it. These have just black shirts are what I'm going to wear. It's more, feel like it's just consistent, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Nah, it's going to take more than someone saying something for me to be down. I appreciate your news, good stuff. Don't let the jealousy get you down. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. A good way to people like the stream. Yeah, why not? All right, 5 more minutes. Ask your final questions, final thoughts, final opinions, final whatever. 5 more minutes, 2 hours, I think good enough. And we'll get out of here. Maybe I have some breakfast or something. What time is it? Oh, damn, it's 11 already. Like no hype in the Philippines. Okay, so the U.S. has it. Some people, Philippines doesn't have it. Robert said, I also get a lot of community standards warnings from YouTube responding to trolls with their insults. Yeah. But trolls be trolling all the time. No hates. Some people just love the troll life. But for me, I'm going to spread some positivity in my stomach by drinking this juice. And maybe trying a new restaurant today and go somewhere different. Hola, Jose. I don't know if it's Jose or Jews, but either way, hello. How are you? I like that. Hey, that's a great message. Kyle, man, I like that. My final message, make today better than yesterday. But what if yesterday was like an amazing day? Now the pressure's on, bro. What if yesterday, I don't want to say what I did, but like, it was pretty good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nature of the Soul and Life says, yeah, have a great day, Alex. You have 5 hours more than me to go for your day. Yeah, you're right? The time zones are crazy. Thank you. You have a great day too. Oh, I see. So the more YouTube you watch, you earn hype points. You can get opportunities sometimes to hype a video that adds up, and the videos go on hype lists 1 to 100. That's my experience. See, this actually kind of proves what I said. I don't watch other YouTubers. I don't watch people videos. I just don't have time for it. So that's probably why I don't have any hype points to be given to myself, even though I'm on a different account. So that makes excellent sense. Good job. Monkey Monk, I appreciate that. Have a great Sunday, Alex. Yeah, you too. From land far away. And I thank you for bringing that up about negativity. It's a good reminder for all of us to be positive and not just try to focus on bad things. But yeah, it's good. Good reminder. I appreciate you commenting and watching. At least make a difference the best you can. You're right. I think that's a good point. Do your best to make a difference. Do you have any events planned for the top favorite fans? I don't. I'll share a story of why I don't do this anymore. I've only done one meetup on living abroad. And first of all, it all happened very fast. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'd like to thank John Samolo for letting me use his place that one time in a restaurant. But that's California expat. On that meetup, I had a fan, like a stalker kind of guy, some gay guy. Well, I don't know if he's gay, but he was saying some real gay shit nonstop for years. For a long time. Eventually, I kicked him off the channel, and he kept commenting on my name and my face, and I'm handsome. I thought this guy was a troll. I ignored it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Eventually, I kicked him off the channel because it became too much, too graphic, and every single video, every time. What the shit? What happened to my video? He was like, oh, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. I'm like, okay, bro, relax. I'm not gay. She's like, oh, I'm not gay either. I'm like, really? Anyways, so I kicked him out of the channel. I had this meetup, and this man showed up. So he showed up at the meetup, and I try to be respectful. I try to be, cordial, civil, but he still made some real uncomfortable comments and made everybody else feel uncomfortable. After that, I'm like, yo, I don't gotta meet nobody, man. If you guys see me on the streets, I know every time I'm in Cebu, I get a lot of people stopping me and recognizing, and we say hello, we have lunch or coffee. I'm always up for a picture. I don't disrespect people at all. But as far as like having a meetup, I'm gonna pass for that. But thank you for asking. And that is my story to share with you guys. Maybe he's watching now under a different name. Just remember, when a man complains, what? Just remember, when a man compliments you and your a-hole partner just shuts down, he's gay. It's too graphic, but I get what you're saying. And that's it. Thank you guys. Tomorrow we'll get back to our usual Asia Now style videos. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just stick to this room, man. I don't think I'm gonna go up to the conference room. It's not bad, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't want to set the standards too high for myself, you know. Plus, it's echoey, and I gotta like enhance the audio after. It's an extra 10-minute effort. I don't have to. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for commenting. Feel free to share your thoughts as always. I only draw the line as like direct disrespect towards me or my. I mean, you can say whatever about me, but like if you're gonna be purposefully disruptive, is what I'm trying to say, or disrespect any guest I have on here, then at that point I'll take offense. But anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate that. See you guys next time. Bye. Forgot how to say bye, but you get what I'm saying.